Hey, how you doing today, everyone? This is just a short clip that I'm going to put in front of all my videos, letting you know that if you have criticism or you don't like something about my videos, leave a comment, let me know, and I'll do what I can for you. You could also email me, and if you want more specific reading or direct reading, or there's a lot of things I can do that I don't make videos of for you. But go ahead and email me. My readings are specifically for universal reflection of you. I'm not trying to paint scenarios from the reading that can find relatable. Like a lot of, if you want more of that, there's plenty of YouTubers out there doing tarot readings or oracle readings and stuff that get into more specifics. If you want someone that's very specific to how the cards are laying out for you instead of reading from the generic meanings of the cards and stuff, because what I'm trying to do is just paint a picture for you to reflect with and understand, because I could do a deep reading and get into like, oh well, this and this means that and that, like, you know, with the two wands crossing over the sun card, you're in a good spot facing more objections to how you're going to go forward with the challenges. Or, I mean, I could do all that, but what I'm trying to do is more of a paint not generic, but a more of a universal picture for you to reflect on for yourself and give you principal meanings of the cards. And then also I read from the designers and the energies that the artists or the creators of the decks put for us to read from and understand what their intention was from their cards when they designed them. You know, that I understand that you're supposed, as a tarot reader, you're supposed to look at the pictures and try to interpret them for somebody. But I'm not doing it for just specific individuals. I'm doing it for all a complete sign of all millions of potentially people that are out there. So I just wanted to put that out there. Go ahead and hit me up, and I'll do what I can for you.
Hello, Sagittarius. Your horoscope, June 2020. You feel a full range of emotions during the full moon lunar eclipse in your own fiery sign on June 5th. Your impulses might not lead you down the best path right now, so avoid doing anything or making major decisions that might have long term consequences. Mercury goes retrograde while in emotional Cancer on the 17th, causing you to be overly sensitive when the inevitable things go wrong during this cycle, like technology, communication, and travel. Luckily, you can use the crab's intuitive energy to feel your way out of trouble this time around. Normally, idealistic Neptune has got. Normally, idealistic Neptune heads retrograde in Pisces, the sign it rules, on June 22nd, allowing you to see things how they really are and not just how you wish they could be. Yes, it might be shocking at first, but in the long run, it's so much better to face reality than to try to live in a dream world forever. A lucky Jupiter Pluto conjunction on the 13th creates optimism and shows you that you can achieve a high level of success if you believe in yourself. Destiny is at play and it wants to help you reach for the stars. Present, your current situation, Sagittarius, June 2020. The Lovers. Relationships, sexuality, personal beliefs, values, establishing bonds, questioning received opinions, seeking union, struggling with temptation. Influence, helpful or challenging energy, Sagittarius, June of 2020. King of Swords, Aquarius. Intellectual, analytical, articulate, just, ethical, is comfortable in the world of the mind, renders honest, insightful judgments, is a moral, ethical leader, cuts through confusion and mental fog, is adept at language and verbal skills. Past issues of basic situations, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Eight of Swords. Restriction, confusion, powerlessness, being fenced in by obstacles, waiting for outside rescue, being unsure which way to turn. Immediate past was behind you, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Page of Swords, young air sign. Use your mind, be truthful, be just, have fortitude, analyze the problem, right or wrong, act honestly, face problems squarely. Crowning thoughts, your thoughts regarding the situation, Sagittarius, June of 2020. The World. Integration, accomplishment, involvement, fulfillment, experiencing wholeness, contributing, realizing your goals, savoring the present. Immediate past, what is about to happen, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Nine of Pentacles. Discipline, self-reliance, refinement, exercising self-control, achieving a comfortable lifestyle, handling the situation alone. Your fears, emotional concerns regarding the situation, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Queen of Swords, Libra. Honest, astute, forthright, witty, experienced, faces the truth even if unpleasant, has a delightful sense of humor, sizes up a situation quickly, has seen and done it all, is direct and open in all dealings. Environmental factors, how others see you, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Ten of Cups. Joy, peace, family, embracing happiness, working for peace in the home, experiencing serenity. Reinforcing cards, lovers, here in your current situation, family, relationship, bonding. Going on a family event, reaffirming a family commitment, supporting a relative in need, bonding with family members, forgiving someone in the family. That's what you really wish for, Sag, in June of 2020. Ten of Swords. Bottoming out, victim mentality, martyrdom, having nowhere to go but up, putting your own interest last, bemoaning your fate. Reinforcing cards here at past issues, basis situation, Eight of Swords, victim mentality, powerlessness, feeling powerless, seeing life as hostile, suffering from an attack, wondering why me, feeling self-pity, being on the receiving end. Outcome, answer to your question, Sagittarius, June of 2020. King of Cups, Cancer. Wise, calm, diplomatic, caring, tolerant, gives good advice, responds to emotional needs, has open and broad-minded views, maintains his or her composure, can balance the needs of many people. Additional clues and guidance about the reading, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Queen of Pentacles, Virgo. Four of Swords, Temperance. The Hanging Man in reverse. Top of the deck, Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands in reverse. Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, big-hearted, down-to-earth, resourceful, trustworthy, gives love and support, finds a use for whatever's at hand, will do any service for others, keeps confidences and secrets, handles problems matter-of-factly. Four of Swords, rest, contemplation, quiet preparation, taking a break, consolidating inner resources, gaining a better perspective. Reinforcing cards, Hanged Man, rest, suspended activity, hearing additional clues and guidance. Giving your body time to heal, avoiding overexertion, finding peace and quiet, relaxing body and soul, taking life easy. Temperance, balance, health, combination, finding the middle ground, renewing energy and vigor, experiencing harmony, gathering together what is needed. The Hanging Man or Hanged Man in reverse means it's half the meaning of these what I'm about to say, or it's the opposite of what I'm about to say. Letting go, reversal, suspension, sacrifice, having an emotional release, pausing to reflect, turning the world around, being a martyr. Reinforcing cards, Four of Swords, hearing additional clues and guidance, rest, suspended activity, feeling outside of time, taking time to be taking time to just be, giving up urgency, living in the moment, waiting for the best opportunity. Ace of Swords on top of the deck, mental force, fortitude, justice, truth, being objective, righting a wrong, overcoming adversity, dispelling doubts. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands in reverse, defensiveness, perseverance, stamina, assuming ill will, continuing despite fatigue, persisting despite all setbacks. In this part of the reading, we do the Carl Jung psychology aspect with ego and shadow. From the ego lies the Lovers here in your current situation, Sagittarius, June of 2020. The Chariot. The eternal soldier on the journey to remember, to reconnect, always be vigilant. Protect yourself from that which will distract you from your journey. Do not be afraid to slay your ego when it pulls back in fear. From the shadow lies the Lovers here in your current situation, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Seven of Pentacles. Even in defeat, we must cultivate the ideal of victory. Flowers with good roots can bloom again after a frost. From the ego lies the King of Swords here in influence, helpful or challenging energies, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Devil. Chained demon. When we lock up parts of ourselves, their natures transform to something wild and hungry and dangerous. Instead, free yourself and allow your parts to grow in a loved and healthy way as they were meant to be. From the shadow lies the King of Swords here in influence, helpful or challenging energy, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Knight of Wands. Ambition is often the sister of dissatisfaction. Be careful not to see only the positive side of news. From the ego lies the Eight of Swords here in past issues, basis situation. Sagittarius, June of 2020. Magician, the child of mankind, take your innate gifts and curiosity and leave behind pure instinct. Develop and practice the qualities that define your humanity. Use them to create reality. From the shadow lies the Eight of Swords here in past issues, basis situation. Sagittarius, June of 2020. Two of Cups. The most fertile marriages can arise from radical changes and sudden shocks. From the ego lies the Page of Swords here in your immediate past, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Nine of Chalices. The chalice provides when you think you are at the end, when you think you can hold on no longer, the chalice still has just enough left to get you through and gives all it has with love and grace. From the shadow lies the Page of Swords here in your immediate past, Sagittarius, June of 2020. The Chariot. Even after achieving success, our mind must not be distracted from the goal for which we fought. From the ego lies the world here in crowning thoughts. Your thoughts regarding the situation. Sagittarius, June of 2020. Dragon of Books. The book controls. You are passionate and full of energy. You can lead multitudes. You can get what you want. Don't leave behind all you've learned. Your ego is strong and a little tempering will go a long way. From the shadow lies the world here and your counting thoughts. Your thoughts regarding the situation. Sagittarius, June of 2020. King of Cups. To be understood may be more difficult than imposing our authority with force. From the ego lies this Nine of Pentacles here in your immediate future, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Six of Books. The book connects. Messages are a bridge between our world and the world beyond. Listen with different ears and speak with a different voice. There are wonders beyond imagination. From the shadow lies the Nine of Pentacles here in your immediate future, Sagittarius, June of 2020. The Lovers. Heartaches are often the symptom of an interior desire for change that concerns many other aspects of life. From the ego lies the Queen of Swords here in your fears, emotional concerns, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Four of Spheres. The chalice lost. Love putrefies if kept in the dark for too long. You sleep, dream, and your life in this world in trophies. Holding something too tight kills it, and the decay attracts unwelcome interlopers. From the shadow lies the Queen of Swords here in your fears, emotional concerns, Sagittarius, June of 2020. The Hermit. Every answer must be sought in our own soul. At times, avoiding others and refusing to confide can help us to get through difficult times. From the ego lies the Ten of Cups here in your environmental factors, how others see you, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Three of Swords. The sword weighs heavy. Everyone says they want the truth. If they knew the pain it could cause, they would not always be so eager. You have discovered a truth and now must carry it and its consequences with you. From the shadow lies the Ten of Cups here in your environmental factors, how others see you. Sagittarius, June of 2020. Three of Pentacles. A gilded cage is what we build with our own hands. To find our way, we must believe in ourselves and remain faithful to our ideals. From the ego lies the Ten of Swords here in your hopes, what you really wish for, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Unicorn of Spheres. The pure sphere. The pure energy of life can restore us to life when we feel empty. Turning to the divine and away from our pain, we can connect and receive healing, so that we can act from a place of wholeness. From the shadow lies the Ten of Swords here in your hopes, what you really wish for, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Five of Wands. However bitter a conflict may be and however tragic its outcome, we will always be able to stand up for our ideas, and our principles. From the ego lies this King of Cups here, and your outcome answers your question, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Ten of Books. The book compels when all aspects of yourself are integrated. You can see the whole story from the points of view of all the characters. You can also see that there is really no end of the story, so you keep writing. From the shadow lies the King of Cups here, and your outcome answers your question, Sagittarius, June of 2020. Nine of Cups. We do not always recognize good luck, which sometimes arises when we are unable to appreciate it. Isis Oracle from the ego. What is the message you have for Sagittarius in June of 2020? The Lunar Queen. She of the celestial crescent. There is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential balancing to our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. Isis as Lunar Queen understands the cycles of creative power and flow. Sometimes it can be hard to let go of a desire to force, control, and make things happen, to exert might and willpower to bring what you wish for into being by sheer determination, exertion, and force. Yet the vast creative power of the feminine principle is in honoring and flowing with cycles of activity and rest, and of releasing force and surrendering into the perfection of what is happening right now. realizing that this actually brings us divine manifestation and creation more effortlessly and gracefully and to greater effect. The celestial crescent is the moon in her changing form. This oracle comes to you at a time when you are shifting from one phase in your spiritual and creative journey into a new phase. This is a time to pay deep attention to the messages of your body and allow them to guide you. Do you need to balance your activity with more rest? Do you need to be actively creating but from a more relaxed and allowing rather than demanding or forceful mental state? Or is it time for you to spring into action once more? Has the time come to take a step forward? Pay attention to any other card that you draw with the Lunar Queen to more fully understand which phase is most appropriate for you now. These cards will help you connect with your inner wisdom and the guidance of your own body wisdom for the greatest timing and unfoldment of your manifestation. Remember, sometimes more time in the oven prevents an undercooked meal. Sometimes we just need to wait a little longer. The quiet times are dark moon energies, the time when you will sense from your inner wisdom, your body wisdom, that you are in need of replenishing and percolation. The other times when you feel the inner oven timer has rung and it is time to get the delicious meal on the table, your body will urge you to dance, to act, to communicate, to be bold and take steps. These are full moon energies. Your body will help you know where you are at and what you need. The flow between the dark moon and full moon on all phases in between is constant, and allowing that flow even several times in a day or an hour. You will maximize your creativity and allow your life to manifest creative project after creative project. Should you so choose, you will feel great inner harmony, wellness, and connection. This oracle is also a reminder that this feminine wisdom is not widely accepted in Western culture as yet, with its distorted view of what constitutes productive behavior. The Lunar Queen is quite a radical. You will need to really believe in your own wisdoms and give yourself great support and trust your own body wisdom in as you learn to operate in this more intuitive, flexible, responsive, feminine way. The oracle tells you that Lady Isis and the spiritual guidance that cares for you completely encourages and supports you in being strong, and giving yourself absolute permission to rest when needed, to honor your creative cycles for greatest productivity and quality. If you have been wanting to create something or feel frustrated in your creative enterprises, the Lunar Queen Oracle also contains the messages for you that something creative is within you and wanting to emerge. It is stirring in your unconscious, and soon it will be reflected more clearly back to you, and you shall be able to act, but for now have patience. There can be much inner work required before the relatively swift outer work of bringing the creative impulse into form even begins, such as the natural creative flow at times. If you are already in the flow and want to know if this is the time to really let go and shine like the gorgeous full moon, the answer is yes. Trust and know that you are being guided by your own inner wisdoms and supported by she of the celestial crescent, the Lunar Queen, Lady Isis. Divine Circus Oracle from the Shadow. What is the message for Sagittarius, June of 2020? Divine Disguise. Some blessings are obvious, the door that opens the person who says yes and the instant success of an idea. But not all blessings are instantly recognizable. Some blessings are so veiled that at first you might consider them to be an unwanted development. A concealed blessing is either already at work in your life or is on its way. Don't worry if you feel like things aren't working out as they should. Soon enough the disguise will be dropped and the blessed unmasked in all its beauty. Blessings are the mysterious workings of the universe. They are to help us along our unique life path to live our truths and fulfill our potential. The universe has the knack of knowing just what it is we need, even when sometimes we might think we need something altogether different. This is how it can be that something we resist and reject in our lives can become the very thing we are most grateful for later on. We realize it has been a blessing masked, something actually helping us, even though it might have come in the form of a challenge or struggle before we eventually gain great benefit from it. The Oracle of the Divine Disguise brings you a positive message and prediction for the future. It brings you the promise of peace in mind and a realization that the universe does really know what it's doing. It's in your corner, on your side, cheering you on and helping you avoid unnecessary pitfalls, even if you don't know they exist. The Oracle indicates that the real beauty of a situation isn't obvious to you yet. It could be a delay or change in plans that turns out to be in your favor. Even if at the time you aren't sure, it signals failure. It could be the wrong person saying no so the right person can say yes. It could be being blocked from turning back to your past so you must continue forward into the magic of your future. Whatever your hidden blessing, the Oracle of Divine Disguise tells you that you are soon going to realize just how loved and helped you are in all areas of your life. When the Oracle appears, you are being told specifically that you don't need to worry. Even that which appears to be most troublesome is going to reveal itself to be working in your favor. Druidcraft Tarot deck. What is the overall meaning, underlying energies of the Celtic cross spread and the cards laid out for Sagittarius, June of 2020? Eight of Wands. You have either achieved your goal or are moving swiftly towards its accomplishment. You may hear exciting news or take a journey. Falling in love, excitement about a new project or idea. You may be streamlining your life or your business. Rapid communication or negotiation. Try to attune yourself to the natural flow of rhythm. Druidcraft Tarot deck. What is the overall meaning of the Celtic staff spread with the cards laid out for Sagittarius, June 2020? The Magician. Realizing your dreams, time for action. Use your willpower and your focus to take the first steps towards achieving your purpose. Stay focused and open to inspiration. Doubt and preoccupation with self inhibit the flow of energy. Trust and let go of worries about your life to allow creative energy to flow. What is the overall meaning of the entire reading? Why is the Queen of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Temperance, Hanging Man in reverse? Here in additional clues and guidance, Sagittarius, June of 2020. King of Cups. A spiritual, therapeutic, or cultural project. Music and the performing arts, publishing, artistic endeavors, and exhibitions. Earth Wisdom, what message do you have for Sagittarius in June of 2020? Heart healing. Bleeding heart heals broken hearts and wounds caused through relationship issues. Emeralds are tiny, brilliant crystals of emotional healing. A broken heart is one of the hardest wounds to heal because we often go about it wrong, acting stoically, lashing out in anger, or indulging in non-productive self-pity, and consequently distract ourselves from actually feeling the emotions. Feel your honest emotions, honor them, and release them, making way for true healing. My heart hurts. I feel the pain and name the source of it. Allow myself to experience it even though it is hard. Honor the experience of my heart. I release the pain. Druid Animal Oracle. What animal has a message for Sagittarius, June of 2020? Cat. Guardianship, detachment, sensuality. The card shows a wild cat in the Scottish Highlands. In the foreground, we see the yellow flowered spotted cat's ear and the pink flowering cat's foot. Hill cat's glove, pennywort, is growing by the cat's tail. Cat brings us the ability to observe situations quietly without judgment before making decisions, apparently asleep but really listening. A cat can sit for hours until it acts with decisiveness. Remember the saying, a cat may look at a king. You have a right to know and to judge important issues for yourself in your own time. The cat unites in an awareness of the spirit world with a highly developed sensuality. These two attributes are not polar opposites as dualistic spiritual teachings would have us believe, but are facets of one continuum of awareness and sensitivity. Working toward wholeness involves enhancing our appreciation of both the physical and non-physical worlds. This card may mean that you must be wary of becoming an accent cat, an old term which means a fireside cat, too lazy to bother much about the world, an indolent or in self-absorbed sensuality, rather than an opening of the self to the magic of the physical world, is usually a means of escaping from reality. The cat is easily able to travel in her spirit form in the other world, but it is important for you to be strongly earthed in everyday physical reality. An interest in the mysterious and the occult can sometimes be inappropriate, especially if it is used as a defense against the pain and difficulty of being in the world. Native Spirit, what is the message you have for Sagittarius in June of 2020? Talking stick. Speak your truth. The soul loves the truth. Communicate from your heart and share your reality without hesitation. Be willing to stand before the crowd and share from your center. This isn't the time to be shy and hesitant. It's a time to heal through communication. You have the gift of a true leader through the way you communicate with others. Your native spirit wants you to know during tribal council meetings, a decorated stick called a talking stick would be passed around. As each council member held the stick, he or she had the opportunity to speak from the heart. Each person in attendance would be asked to weigh carefully the words of each speaker. The talking stick reminded each person to be authentic. Communication restores trust and allows you to clarify your ideas, position, and feelings. It can be healing when you share what has been withheld. Now is the time to take a risk and have the courage to speak with clarity. Be forthright. Share any unspoken darkness that lays heavy in the heart. There are times to hold back and be discerning, but this isn't one of them. Even if you're afraid, declare your truth for all to hear without fear of being rejected or misunderstood. When you do this, transformation and healing can occur. The journey, decorate a stick or a feather to use as your personal talking stick. Whenever you hold it, let it be a sacred reminder to seek the truth within. Take a minute every day to take stock of where you are and to ask yourself about what is so in your life. Simply taking a moment to discover your inner truth can have a profound healing effect on your life. The Sacred Indian Tarot, what message do you have for Sagittarius in June of 2020? The Moon. You need to keep your eyes open with this card. Chandra, the Moon card, indicates duality. It also shows illusion, deception, and uncertainty. The Moon has a habit of casting things and experiences in a different light. Things are not quite how they seem. Be wary of the illusion created by the Moon. Foxfire, the Kitsune, what message do you have for Sagittarius in June of 2020? Time to restore. There are times to be active and to walk into the day and be present and part of all that is. But this is not that time, for coming to you now is the dragon of the night, the one who shares the energy of rest and recuperation with all the denizens of the Kitsune realm. For although there are Kitsune who walk by night, who intertwine with your dreams to teach and explore, there are those who must truly allow themselves to be at rest, without resistance. Once the stars reach their highest point, and this time is here for you now, take a step back and consider ways in which to restore your energy levels. Create a sleeping space which is designed to maximize a truly nourishing sleep experience. Reduce the light, even the moonlight, which can enter and give yourself over to the darkness as your blessed eyes close and the sun's eye dims for a time. In this way, you will feel stronger, calmer, more alive, and ready for all that the waking hours bring. Without this rest, you will feel stretched and thin of aspect and temper, fraying around the edges until such time as you can rest once again. Take time to establish a routine. Exclude the light from radiant devices from your space. Establish a prayerful, soulful ritual that will slowly ease you into the in between world of sleep. Within your waking life, too, take a moment to step back and see how you can create a restful approach to all that takes place. This is not the time for effort, for reaching, but for cultivation of calm and creative space within your life. Force nothing, allow space for doing barely a thing at all, except creating energy and experiences which feed your every cell, your every living moment. Dragon Oracle. What dragon has a message for Sagittarius in June of 2020? Orange Gold Dragon from Arcturus. Opens you to knowledge from the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future. Be a guiding light. Arcturus is one of the most advanced star systems in this galaxy and a prototype of Earth's future. Awesome seventh dimensional orange gold dragons from Arcturus come to us when we are ready to become a walking master and help to usher in the new golden age. When the spiritual army of these dragons moves to a place, they stimulate great evolutionary change in all that they touch. They are flowing into Earth now to help us during the exciting years ahead. It is not by chance you have incarnated during this extraordinary 20-year period when our planet is undergoing a double dimensional shift. Earth needs spiritual leaders and light bearers. These dragons are blazing their light towards you, for it holds the vision of our fifth dimensional future. They are inspiring you to do your part for the new golden age on Earth. Receiving this card indicates that it is time to stand in your power and fulfill your destiny. Allow the orange gold dragons from Arcturus to enter your energy fields and breathe into you the vision of Earth as it will be. They will give you the strength, wisdom, and knowledge that you will need for the transformation ahead. We have much to do and many people to help, and the beautiful seven-dimensional orange gold dragon from Arcturus will stay by your side as long as you need it. Be a guiding beacon to light the way for many. Imperial Dragons. What dragon has a message for Sagittarius in June of 2020? Mischief. The chaos from which order is born. Discernment. Mischief is an energy that can bring chaos when it seeks to undermine stability or create illusion. To avoid being a victim of mischief, one has to break the bonds of ordinary perception and take practical actions to restore order. This card also reminds us to not take ourselves too seriously. Sometimes our inner child needs time to play. Don't become a slave to others' ideas of what is wrong or what is right. You should always remain flexible and adaptable to change. Life sometimes has an ironic way of unfolding. If we lose our sense of humor, we may become discouraged by life's challenges. It is valuable to nurture the ability to discern between what really matters and what is not to be taken too seriously. The only limitations to what you can achieve are created by your own mind. If you understand what is right and wrong, yet persist in following a path rooted in desire, you will find yourself living in a prison of your own making. Take a long, hard look at yourself and decide who you really want to be. The simplest solution is usually the correct one. Sacred geometry activations. What message do you have for Sagittarius in June of 2020? Transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever changing nature of existence in our lives so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Transition can be described as the passage from one stage to another, however deeply or mildly it impacts our lives. Transition always implies change of some sort, and most of us are afraid of change. We want things to stay the same. We want to stay in the comfort zone we've created. Unfortunately, change is the one certainty in life that we can all count on. Change is necessary to allow room for the new to emerge and the old to pass. Change is necessary for growth to occur. Change is a fundamental universal law. Transition describes this process of change, a time when things are moving, morphing, and shifting. And in the midst of this process, it's common for nothing to feel clear, comfortable, or safe. Being pushed and pulled from our existence state into one that is unfamiliar isn't easy. And the most feared transition of all is one we all face eventually: death, the transition from our physical bodies to the world of spirit. Because we have so little understanding of the true nature of our existence and of our connection to the cosmos, we tend to fear death as a perceived ending. As in this activation, the snake is a traditional symbol for death and transition in many cultures and belief systems due to its perceived ability to be reborn many times during its lifetime by shedding its skin. Behind it, the background shows not only the grid of the flower of life, the connection with the earth plane, but also the Merkaba, a reference to our existential ability to traverse between layers of time and dimension. The colors indigo, violet, and magenta are indications of our deep spiritual connection to the cosmos and the whole of existence, making any transition but a moment in an ongoing, infinite journey. White Light Oracle, what message do you have for Sagittarius in June of 2020? Sovereign Queen Maeve. Value what is sacred to you by protecting it from interference, even that which may be well intentioned. Be compassionate, but set firm boundaries. You're going to triumph over a negative situation. It will take courage, but you have more than enough inner strength, resourcefulness, and boldness to accomplish what you wish to attain. Do not give up. You have the ability to connect with higher worlds, so open your heart and mind to the light. At the portal between everyday reality and the rapture of unchecked aliveness stands Sovereign Queen Maeve. She is an initiatrix, taking us beyond the constraints of polite moralism and into the bliss, sacred passion, grit, and astuteness needed to cultivate and protect the light. Goddess, warrior, queen of the Fae, the fearless guardian and protector of territory, Maeve is wild and determined. She stimulates confidence, encourages one not to shy away, but rather to assertively engage with life and claim your true place in the world. She encourages us to refuse to allow our sacred territory to be intruded upon by unworthy rulers, whether they be critical voices in our own mind or ego-driven interlopers. Maeve is the instinct to engage when challenged, to call on recruits and use all the inner wisdom and talent at your disposal so you can assert the light and refuse to be put down or denied your rightful place. Protecting territory from a spiritual perspective is unlike the grasping and self-serving of the ego that wishes to obtain whatever it can for its own benefit. This world needs souls who are willing and able to hold sacred space and refuse to allow it to become contaminated by greed, jealousy, hate, or confusion. This is an act of courage and selfishness. Such an act of courage serves all beings. To be a son or daughter of Maeve requires some spiritual chops. It takes feisty refusal to be dominated or controlled. It also takes the wisdom to recognize that one can lovingly accept all that is without judgment, whilst discerning when and how to set a firm boundary, lest sacred space be trampled upon and defiled by ignorance. Rapture is a pathway out of control and into the sacred and consciously chosen abandonment into something greater than self. When the ocean into which we plunge ourselves is that of the spirit, when our ecstasy becomes a revitalizing frequency raising, soul empowering experience which manifests pathways to victory, where in a lower state of awareness there appeared to be no hope. If we honor our need for communion with the sacred realms, we will give ourselves the time and space we need to integrate relevant practices into our lives. Committing to spiritual practice requires the self possession to know what matters to you, irrespective of whether another or society in general can recognize the wisdom in your values. Sovereignty is self possession. It is the belonging to oneself that happens internally as we claim our being and commit to our unique life journey. True spiritual sovereignty exists outside of social mores. It is not about becoming subversive or disrespectful to others, but rather about seeking our freedom of being. This leads to you naturally becoming an active presence which dismantles enslaving social mores and stimulates society to mature spiritually. This oracle asks you to come home to yourself again and again. Know you are strong enough to live your life and chart your course in communion with the sacred. In Sanskrit, Svaraj is self-rule, and as the meaning of Raj is also radiance, it can also mean self-luminous. Do not allow your destiny to rest in the hands of others. Recognize that the light within you is your true ruler. You have the power to light yourself up with spirit. Commit to what you can do and believe the realms of the divine are working with you. Do not be dissuaded. You shall be victorious. Wisdom of the Oracle. What message do you have for Sagittarius in June of 2020? Peace. Freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. Relationship message. When two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are as two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours and it is to be savored. Prosperity message. This is one of those times when you're capable of clear vision about your work and how you create your prosperity. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're called by a presence to step into your power. Just being is enough. You are in peaceful harmony with spirit, and it shows in your work. Protection message. Now is the time for calmness and well-being in spirit, in spite of temporary conditions. Even if there are dissonant notes in the music of your life, all that means is that you must go within and fine-tune the extraordinary instrument that you are. Find harmony within yourself, and don't look to the outer world to provide certainty. This too shall pass, and once again your life will be fulfilled with beautiful music. Sacred Power reading cards. What message do you have for Sagittarius in June of 2020? Angel assistance. You have asked the angels for help and they are guiding you. You are now supported by the angelic realm. Serving as God's messengers, the angels provide heavenly support, divine wisdom, knowledge, and healing to all beings on earth. You are deeply connected to the angelic realm right now, and you are ready to receive their assistance, assisting you on your earthly journey. The archangels have delegated a team of helpers for many areas of your life. The angels share with you messages of divine wisdom, knowledge, and healing. through our thoughts, science, nature, people, and life synchronicities. The angels act as bridges for energy shifts, soul awakenings, Akashic records, light codes, spiritual knowledge, higher planes, and realms of consciousness. Right now, the archangels have arrived to connect you to the divine source. Powerful healing is taking place. You are encouraged to employ healthy eating and lifestyle choices, as these will assist in adjusting your unique and divine vibration to align you with your life's purpose. The angels ask you to spend time in meditation, focusing on sacred geometry symbols to enhance your intuition, connect to the collective consciousness, and expand your spiritual awareness. Connecting to the angels in this way provides a bridge to the higher realms. Each color represents an archangel and is charged with a specific role. Focus on this card. Which color are you drawn to? This is your current angel helper. With intention, feel the angels' healing energy wash over you. Thank them and pulse them your love and gratitude for this service. Which color sticks out the most to you? If you said green, it represents Archangel Raphael, spiritual, physical, and emotional healing. If you chose pink, Archangel Camille, relationships, friendships, and love. If you said blue, Archangel Michael, strength, protection, and will. If you said red, Archangel Uriel, removes lower energies and thought forms. If you said indigo, Archangel Zadkiel, universal magic, intuition, and manifestations. If you said white, Archangel Gabriel, communication, education, and learning. If you said orange, Archangel Haniel, accessing spiritual gifts, intuition, and clairvoyance. That was orange. If you said yellow, Archangel Jophiel, wisdom and intelligence. If you said black, Archangel Azrael, emotional turmoil, grief, and addictions. Cosmic reading cards. What is the message you have for Sagittarius in June of 2020? Mirrored souls. There is an undeniable spiritual connection here with this other soul. This will help you see all facets of yourself. The person in question is indeed a mirrored soul, reflecting back to you hidden aspects of yourself, both beautiful and challenging. The connection of mirrored souls is one of the hardest yet most fulfilling relationships you will ever experience, serving as cosmic mirrors. Each soul reflects aspects of the other that may need healing and balancing. Although this process can be confrontational and challenging, it is also rewarding as it accelerates the growth in both souls. So if you have issues with self-worth and self-love, your soulmate will soon mirror to you those same qualities or do things that may cause those hidden shades to surface. There will be times when you will feel very tested and challenged. However, if you see this beautiful partnership as an opportunity for growth, both you and your partner will come to embody unconditional love. Each time your mirrored soul does something to aggravate and hurt you, see this moment as an invitation to go within to find the shadow or wounded self that is being provoked by these actions. See this as a wonderful opportunity to break old belief systems and patterns that held you a prisoner of your own mind. Your mirrored soul challenges you but also assists in freeing you from that repetitious wheel of suffering. You are moving through the shadowlands and coming to that place of acceptance, love, and compassion. This is the greatest gift you can bestow upon each other. Affirmation. Through the reflection of your soul, I am better able to see all aspects of myself. Associated chakras, sacral and heart. Starseed Oracle, what message do you have for Sagittarius in June of 2020? Star family. You are part of a team of souls called in support. At some stage, we were each a part of a soul cluster, a gathering of souls who broke away from one another to experience themselves individually. Those who are part of your soul cluster are part of your star family. The star family are those souls who are cut from a similar cosmic cloth. You haven't just experienced lifetimes together, your souls were at once actually one. It's very common for star family members to incarnate at similar times, to work with anchoring a similar frequency of light, and to cross paths with each other. You know that someone is part of your star family when you feel like you know and remember them from the moment you met them. They feel instantly familiar and comfortable. Time both passes quickly and stretches when you're with them. You feel more yourself with them than with anyone else. It can feel sometimes like looking in the mirror because, in a way, you are. Often you'll go out of your way to help those in your star family, instinctively knowing it's part of your path. When a star family member dies, you feel it very deeply, regardless of how long you've known them. A certain soul mourning or soul breaking occurs. Think about the people in your life. Who do you feel is part of your star family? If this card comes up in a spread, it's like that you've met someone who is part of your star family or you're about to. Starseed Soul Inquiry. Who do you think is from the same star family as you? How can you call upon them for support? And that's your reading, Sagittarius. Thanks for watching. Leave comments, hit me up, email me, click the links. See you next month.